Well, look, last month I interviewed the distinguished Australian Professor Ian Plimer, the author of a magnificent book which should be read by everybody, but I suspect not one of the know-alls in government in Canberra has even turned the first page. It's titled Green Murder, a life sentence of net zero with no parole. I've previously said any number of times that we are facing the economic and energy crossroads. The new government, without media or coalition opposition, though Peter Dutton has provided qualified opposition, but still talking about 50% renewables, they're barging headfirst into these energy targets. As I've said, I've seen nothing from the government, or indeed the previous government, that demonstrates what this means to consumers and business and what the costs and benefits might be. And when we talk about consequences, we still receive well over 60% of our energy from coal-fired power stations. Well, Professor Ian Plimer is Australia's best-known geologist. He's the Emeritus Professor of Earth Sciences at the University of Melbourne, where he was for 14 years the Professor and Head of Earth Sciences. He was the Professor of Mining Geology at the University of Adelaide for 6 years, and in 1991 was the German Research Foundation Professor of Ore Deposits at the Ludwig Maximilians Universität München in Germany. He's published more than 120 scientific papers, but of course, because he takes a contrary view to this whole climate change hysteria, Professor Plimer is rarely given a voice. Well, Professor Plimer will be given a voice on this program and often. You have asked me via your correspondence to talk to him again, and I'm happy to do so. That's what the correspondence is for. But the book Green Murder makes a mockery of everything that Bowen and Co are saying. And Professor Plimer joins me. Ian Plimer, thank you for your time. And just tell us again, why did you call it Green Murder?
Well, thank you for giving me a voice. The book was called Green Murder because the actions of the Greens kill people. We have seen that in the UK, people dying because they can't get enough heating. We've seen it in that energy-rich state of Texas. 200 people died during a wind drought. We see it with people mining cobalt for electric vehicles. These minerals are mined by children. These children are slaves. These children work until they die. And so if you prance around in your electric vehicle thinking you're morally superior, you are in fact promoting the murder of children in Africa. If you have solar or wind power, those components are made in China. Much of the solar panel industry in China is actually using Uyghur slave labour. So you can't take the high moral ground. You are actually, by going for green energy, you are supporting the killing of people.